Hi everybody, it's Evelyn. I have a Divine Masculine read and a Twin Flame read for you. Let's go ahead and get started. Take a deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings your way. Hope you guys are having a good day. What's today? Today's the 27th. This first read is going to be for the Divine Masculine. The second read is for the Twin Flame, so both the feminine and the masculine. But even the masculine read is for the masculine within the feminine as well. So again, they are both general reads, so if something doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. And otherwise, if you want something more personal, all of my information is below and on my website, twinflames3344.com. And I also have a CD out there called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames by Evelyn Stainthorpe if you want to check it out. It's only $1 for a song. And yeah, and if you like the information, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you all for doing that for me. Sharing my video really helps with the business and spread the word. And yeah, and thank you all for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it, and I enjoy your company. So let's get going with this first read. This is a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read. It is my 7-deck read. Those of you not familiar, the SIRIAN STARSEED deck is the main deck of the 7. And here is the first read for the Divine Masculine, and this is the main read of the SIRIAN Starseed deck. This is the full read for the Divine Masculine with all 7 decks. And then the read in front of you is for the Twin Flames from today. They're both for today, but one was done last night. This is for the Twin Flames with the Ace of Wands right in the middle, and then this is the full read in front of you now for the Twin Flames. Okay? All right, so the first read here, I cut the SIRIAN Starseed deck at 211, which is the High Priestess, and 11 is Justice. And at 222, I was clarifying, and it ended up bringing up F crystals. And F, again, isn't FU, it's F as in phi, expansion, and then contraction back to the heart again. And crystals literally translates also into being Christ-like. ALS literally means like. It also is Lou Gehrig's disease, which is a nervous system disease causing loss of muscle control. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis is Lou Gehrig's disease. And also ALS means cliff, as soon as, an owl, like you use in sewing, things to poke holes with. Plot, to flow, river, and temple are some things that it means. Yeah, which is interesting because then the ALS comes up in crystals, which means like, and then the first part of it is like Christ, so it's Christ-like. So literally, expanding and contracting Christ-like, or referencing crystals, or crystals as pentacles. So anything to do with day-to-day life, money, exchange, effort that you put into things. So I finished clarifying this read at 235, which is the High Priestess, and the 35, which is the Wounded Warrior, the 9 of Wands, which he was significant in this read, the second read too. I finished at 235. The major arcana for the masculine here were Indigo, which is like the magician. It's a young magician energy, actually offering a big diamond, so it's a very young, inspired energy. And then we have Luna, which is the moon, and Shadow, which is the devil. We had 2 cups, 3 pentacles, 3 wands, and the court cards. We had the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, as well as the Page of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So 3 pentacles, definitely a family here with the Queen, Page, and Knight. And actually the devil could be the King of Pentacles as well. So we have, after the read, the Knight of Swords also came up. As far as the numbers and my code line here, we had 22, which is the Fool. We also had 23, which is the King of Wands, and 910, begin again and again and again, as well as 39, which is the Knight of Cups. The code line was all about parenting today, which is parenting not only your children, but your inner child and your parents. And the code line number was 21, coming from 2, 9, and 10. 21 is completion as well. We have, coming from the code line here, the twins being 2, seeing the key in the high road. Again, 309 was coming up in this read. And also 309, which happens to be a highway not far from me. But the 309 was very significant because it's been coming up a lot, and 309 is a amino acid. Sorry, I blank out on words sometimes. So I was looking it up, and it's really helpful for the nervous system, and it's advised to take it with magnesium and B6 and niacin. And the things that it was good for really looked good for people like me. You might want to check it out, look it up online, 309. So it literally spelled 309. And it'll come up again with my stuff because it was coming up in conjunction with other things, which I'll let you know when I get there. So the twins, the 2, seeing the key to the high road, taking the high road, and also the 309 coming up, or 309. And 309 is 39, which is the Knight of Cups with the 0, right, the space between. The 9 of the Hermit coming up here, the collective consciousness, the wise one. And the Page of Pentacles, the student, the seeker. Seeking being Christ-like, that unity consciousness, that high vibe energy, and parenting. Also, 22 of the Fool comes up, and tutus. So somebody might be doing ballet, putting their little girl in tutus. But also I was just getting King Tut. But also I was getting, shoot, what's his name from Fantasy Island, the little guy? Whatever his name is, that's coming up for me too. And also turtle is coming up, which is somebody's very slow, right? To see Ket, the word K-E-T came up, which can mean a young guy, a kid. Also ketamine, and ketamine was coming up in conjunction with threonine, as well as ether. So if anyone knows anything about that combination, let me know. Ketamine, threonine, and ether. I mean, you can get threonine as an ether combination, but I couldn't find much about the combination of ketamine along with threonine ether. So it also comes up as a quantum vector. Sweet meat was coming up, and that's interesting because there was a weird smell today that was different than a normal smell I would smell, and it had a sweetness to it, like sweet meat. Water, elation, joy, to laugh, to carry. A king was coming up. The twins, and then the 0 coming up, being the oneness of all, but also the space between. The 2 seeking R9 came up, which is actually a Soviet intercontinental ballistic missile and the Soviet Union, so that doesn't often come up. But R9 was coming up, which is also a New York City subway car, an arterial road in Manila, the Philippines, as well as a Renault R9, the small French family car. R9 is explosive when mixed with combustible materials. Arms, submachine gun black market was coming up as R9 as well as Ronaldo, a Brazilian retired footballer born 1976, and then Rihanna's ninth studio album also coming up, as well as Firestone XR9 and which is a 1940s American helicopter. So the twins, the 0, the 1, the tail end, the 2 seeing the key in the high road, or seeketh R9, combustible Soviet intercontinental ballistic missile. The Page of Pentacles, the student or the seeker of crystals, or being Christ-like in a high vibe energy. And the tail of the 2, which can reference your tail like your root, but also telling a story, of the 2, or the high priestess, the psychics, seeketh the R9, or explosiveness of the Page of Pentacles. of the world and the world's beliefs. The definition of tenge, the word that came up here, was Japanese. A lot about Japanese and Russia was coming up here. And the world, the earth, also defined as a flower that blossoms in the Buddhist heaven by their tale, or their story, of course, or as a currency in Russia and Kazakhstan, or Kazakhstan. I'm not even sure how it's pronounced. I don't know anything. I don't know much about the different Stan countries, except for my father's name is Stan. So it's kind of cracking me up. But Kazakhstan, it's like you never hear anything about it, but it's like in the middle of everything. It's right in the middle of Central Asia. It's between Russia, China, and all the other quote unquote stands, like Pakistan. All of those other stands are right there. And it also joins by water to Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. The world's largest landlocked country and the 8th largest country in the world. Okay? Kazakhstan. 18.3 million residents, and it's considered a nomadic country. Scythians, Turks, and Russians mostly. And this is just from wikipedia.org. Wikipedia.com. Is it org or com? But anyway, Wikipedia. So they were the last to declare independence during the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991. 1991 is the year my son was born. Lots of human rights issues in this country. They restrict freedoms of assembly of speech, religion, and the poor. It's got a lot of oil and gas industry there, as well as vast mineral resources. Kazakh literally means to wander, and Stan means land or place of. So again, it's considered a very nomadic country. It was also the test site for their atom bomb project in 1947. And actually, did you know that Russia is the #1 diamond resourcer? This was a 2016 note here. Russia being #1, Botswana being #2, then Australia, then the Congo, and then Canada. And then there's a bunch of other African countries in the smaller statistics. But I thought that was just kind of interesting. So 1, 2, buckle my shoes coming up here, but also the one of the magician and the high priestess, because that was coming up the other day as well. Seeing the key. Oh, that I pulled some cards for 2021, and January had come up as January and February had come up as the magician and the high priestess. And here they're coming up again. Both of them seeing the key of the high road, of taking the high road, the hermit and the page of pentacles, the student, to believe in their parenting skills, all right, their high vibe energy, the small fish, the world, the flower, your belief regarding parenting here. Believe in your child, believe in your inner child. And then ether was coming up, and literally can mean the elephant's soul. So 1, 2 of the magician and the high priestess, 1, 2 buckle my shoe, seeking ether, or in other words, the elephant's soul. The 9 of the hermit, the collective consciousness, the wise one, or 9 seekers of being Christ-like, unity consciousness around the world. Flower and fish and beliefs were coming up very strongly there, with human embodiment of source, to seek ether, the elephant's soul, the anesthetic or the sweet odor, the air, to viciously humiliate or insult, broadcast, aura, the sky, the heavens, the void, the nothingness, the highest and the purest part of the atmosphere, the light of day. So a lot was then coming up about that combination I told you about, regarding threonine as an ether molecule, and then with ketamine, which is another anesthetic, but it's also used on, as an illegal drug. I did find one article regarding ketamine with theonine, not 309 though, and that was different. They were trying to improve brain function by slowing down a process, which of course ketamine would slow down a process because it's, you know, it drugs you. But I really didn't find much else, but Spirit was guiding me to those three things together: threonine, ether, and ketamine. And also the difference between ether and ester came up, which ether is the 1 oxygen, the ester is 2. And Esther's also my father's mother's name. So it's just, you know, the Spirit brings these things up because they take me in different directions regarding the information they're bringing up. So anyway, you can look into that if you're interested. But the elephant soul coming up was very cool. Also, magnesium threonate comes up. That's a magnesium you can take. I believe that's threonine in it. And mushrooms are also coming up. Threonine you can get in mushroom. It's in meats, but also mushrooms, dairy, greens, and grains. But you may not, if you're vegetarian, you may not get enough of it. And again, it was advised to take it with magnesium, B6, and niacin. It's good for digestive issues and mood swings, which I've always had the digestive issues for sure. And with healing the gut, all right? So you can get, if you have a deficiency of threonine, you can definitely get leaky gut, which a lot of people have. And it helps with the nervous system issues too. So they were like right up my alley. So if any of those things, you know, resonate with you, you might want to try to take a supplement of threonine, see how it works for you. Let's see, what was I thinking? Okay, so this first read for the Divine Masculine started out with the indigo reversed at 522. Oh, when I was still writing about the article I was reading, when major depression came up in schizophrenia, it was at 444, MDD, so major depression disorder. And of course, a lot of people have depression, especially this year, and 444 came up, so that's significant. I just wanted to bring that up for you. And that may be, you know, the threonine may be helpful, as well as the magnesium for depression issues. 522, the Hierophant and the Fool, with the indigo reversed, and below that, the Two of Pentacles reversed. No longer surrounding or surrendering decisions to something outside yourself, the indigo insecure about standing up to others, or confrontation, a negative past or difficult kids, or one who turned out not to be a soulmate who you thought was, and starting over in love, not sharing, imbalance, debt, inequity in a marriage, relationship, religion, establishment, or with a Taurus upright. I'm sorry, I'm having a lot of trouble talking today. And Gemini reversed, or Virgo reversed, post-war satisfaction in connection with the Empress reversed, with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community dysfunction or loss, and recovery and exposure, happiness, energized, kids, Leo, sunshine, with good news, success, attention, and leading the way. So the Empress was coming up reversed here, and it came up reversed in the second read too. And I just wanted to know, you know, it could be a family member. My mother just ended up going to the hospital. She tested positive yesterday at the Alzheimer's facility, along with a few other people, but weren't showing any symptoms. But her pulse ox dropped today, so they took her to the hospital, even though she wasn't showing symptoms. So you may be having some issues with parents. Page of Cups is coming up here as a loving child, or a message of love, or a pleasant journey to see children. Back in the saddle to sunnier days, past the shortest day now, and on the upswing again, all right, because we passed the winter solstice. The top half, adult and successful and proud, and the bottom half coming up here as the innocent, who's also childish and wild, with a sunny disposition, or riding bareback, and no one knows. The child within, the Knight of Pentacles upright, out offering services, proposal, or friendship, and the Emperor broken in by the Knight of Swords, messenger of truth, or cut off at the pass before they could get up or say a word at 537, which is the Hierophant and the King of Cups. Or this may be a hit and run connected to the Emperor's Ankh, or carries a sword, or maybe has a collectible sword that has an Ankh handle on it, and someone may have broken it. And that was at 537. At 39, which is then the Knight of Cups, or the Emperor witnessed a hit and run, or the Knight of Swords took the car or vehicle or took a Cancer down for the count. Dogs got out, or the Knight of Pentacles needs help after a breakdown, or offering help before it happens, or warning the Emperor that the Knight of Swords is on their way fast and coming in. And this, I don't know why this is reminding me of this. I guess because the hit and run. Many years ago, I don't know, probably like 10 years ago, I was at a car dealer looking at cars on a pretty main street. And all of a sudden, a car comes down the street. It's like half not there. It's missing. And there's this little old lady like holding onto the steering wheel for dear life. Like she had just obviously been in an accident because half of her car was missing. It was literally missing. It wasn't crushed up. It was missing. And she's like trying to control this car and get away because somebody was after. So then somebody came by after her, and I just happened to be on the sidewalk right there. So somebody had stopped and said, "Can you please call 911? She just hit and ran." But I have to tell you, it was the funniest thing I ever saw. So this is what it's reminding me of, this old lady with half a car driving down the street trying to get away. Stay optimistic, and this could be the one come up here for the Divine Masculine. The Devil reversed, detoxing, no longer castrated or marking their territory. Ending pain or a painful ending, and or betrayal as third party, while the family is sending out the errand boy, fantasizing to throw out the book, maybe throw out the rules, or the book by the lilies of the fields. But the turtle's too slow to notice, or too late, someone else is romancing them already, or secret passion, or the secret is out, and needing to use their intuition, perhaps at the spa or the country club, without the keys to get in, or dark priestess without the keys to get in, or where he can fool around or she can fool around while she lazes in the lap of luxury and exotic fruit tray. He's happy to run out to a secret passion or liaison, or to the realtor to show them another house, and that could be perhaps someone having an affair with the realtor as well. Looks like the wealthy lady with ankle bracelets, but also does spell work in secret, but unable to find the keys. But she loves her ankle bracelets, no longer pacifying the cat with her large feet. Painful ending or ending pain, and happy ending or emotional fulfillment by synchronicities of a secret passion here at 555, which is a whole lot of change. Time out came up here with 37 and the King of Cups, as well as creativity, which is the Empress. We have connecting in the 5D while resting or sleep, without the tools or feeling insecure, and manipulating secret passion in need of their sunshine. Frustrated and not aroused, unable to conceive of the Queen of Pentacles reversed without options, or unable to implement her path, or Gemini reversed, Virgo reversed, or Pisces reversed, sick or drained and resting, perhaps a pop top, the Queen of Pentacles reversed off path at 558, which is the Hierophant and the Four of Swords, the 5D connection. Blasting off from Jupiter, options being removed one by one, being taken away, as drops of Jupiter in her hair, right? No longer in her hair, without a job, or dropped out of school. So Drops of Jupiter was coming up, the song. And then Virgo, Moon, or Rising. That's so funny too. It was just reminding me of Train. I saw Train with my daughter at University of Penn Stadium in the rain. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of uncomfortable because it was a little bit cold with the rain. But yeah, Train was a lot of fun to watch. Who did we watch it with? Oh shoot, what's his name? It was a really good concert. But all the girls were really cute going up on stage, and Train taking pictures with the girls. And who's the other guy? The other guy's from Penn. He's a famous singer, beautiful voice. I'm just blanking out on his name. But anyway, that's coming up. Because the Drops of Jupiter statement may relate to one of your kids. So someone who maybe everything always used to go their way, they just got whatever they want. Now the tides might be turning. So someone, again, the Queen of Pentacles may be being a pop top, right? So she may be freaking out or yelling at people, going off path as blasting off from Jupiter, and options being removed all of a sudden. She doesn't understand. Maybe things have always gone her way, and all of a sudden, one by one, things are being taken away from her, perhaps that don't serve her, but she didn't do it herself. So she's noticing one by one they're falling away from her life. Drops of Jupiter no longer in her hair, without a job, or dropped out of school. Virgo moon or rising with Leo reversed and Pisces reversed, Indigo reversed, Page of Cups reversed, Knight of Swords upright, and Pisces reversed. Perhaps forgot the keys or sent the errand boy out to pick up the kids. Again, Virgo reversed, Gemini reversed, Taurus reversed, Leo both upright and reversed, as well as Pisces both upright and reversed, which can be the same person, alternating negative and positive, or two different people. Aries upright, Cancer reversed, and Capricorn reversed, all in the underlying energy. In disconnect or at a distance, the Page of Cups without a pet, or Leo reversed, or wants a pet and didn't get one. Lovers reaping rewards of a sudden event or split. Epiphany, orgasm, or presenting a lie in a split, divide, and starting over in love. Receiving big love offer from Libra, or destined, King of Pentacles upright and King of Wands both upright. Home fixing up the house at 6:05, which is the Lovers and the Hierophant. And 5 can just reference change and freedom as well. But we had the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands together here. And they're both upright. So some guys could be doing work around the house. At 6:15, which is the Lovers and the Devil, maybe these guys are doing work on the house without option. There may be an insecure Page of Cups, which can be a child who's usually very loving and they're upright. It also could be a message of love. Receiving the King of Pentacles and then King of Wands. King of Wands may be feeling insecure, receiving a message of love. And then the Knight of Swords rushing in may have been sent back for the keys or to let the Page of Cups in. So again, this could be dealing with kids and moms and dads and trying to get places, or doing the usual rounds with kids. Dark High Priestess reversed with secret passion taking time out with 37, which is the King of Cups. Or kids with Gemini and or Pisces in their chart taking a time out, or two adults, inner children, meeting on the sly. And that definitely could be a masculine, divine masculine, feminine thing. In the recent past here, for the divine masculine is the Three of Wands reversed. Looking back, going back, or living in the past. Not present or didn't get any presents. The wounded warrior spending on themselves to fix up the home or themselves, to connect with synchronicities or online shopping with good news, or receiving packages or hand delivery so they don't expect it, unaware and balanced when they get there. So someone may be surprising someone. Standing up, getting over it, choosing a new path, but insecure without the tools. And this could be literally without tools they need, or figuratively, not having the emotional or psychological, spiritual, physical tools they need. The foundation here, at the root of the matter, is the Two of Cups upright. The twin receiving new passion or new inspiration, detoxing the ego or loss of a pet, of the Page of Cups upright, or weak from a message of love, or a child who wants a pet. Capricorn reversed and Leo reversed here, and the central energy here at the heart of the matter is the Nine of Cups upright, getting your wish. 6 rays of sunshine, healing and forgiveness. Destined Queen of Pentacles upright with the Empress reversed, which can be an ill parent like me. I have an ill parent right now. Suffering in silence or ending a nightmare with injustice, of the Queen of Wands reversed, or Libra reversed, and the Queen of Wands reversed. The injustice of the Queen of Wands reversed, or Libra reversed and Queen of Wands reversed, or between Taurus or Queen of Pentacles reversed and Libra, Queen of Wands reversed, challenged by the Page of Pentacles. That can be an earth sign child, but it's usually a good student. And here coming up very curious about their abilities, or very curious about a final judgment, announcement, or wake-up call of the Queen of Wands reversed, manipulating the King of Wands upright, or insecure with them, or took his tools. And that could be that sword too with the Ankh handle. The King of Wands is upright with the Queen of Swords upright, speaking about the Page of Swords reversed, negative talk or rumors, spying, lying, or someone silent, immature conversation, or bad news coming out. So there's a secret out, perhaps of the King of Pentacles getting over a loss, regret, the past, and the Page of Pentacles, or curious to research or extend an invitation to the world or to the Divine Feminine or Pisces, receiving a lot of love or opportunity to learn what they do, how to get love, or the King of Pentacles or Page of Pentacles wants to know how the Divine Feminine got the insecure King of Wands to offer love, with the Queen of Swords upright talking behind his back or speaking on his behalf, or the King of Wands with female lawyer, perhaps an Aquarius, or cause the Queen of Wands reversed, spreading rumors or slander, or the Queen of Wands reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed are making separate announcements or talking shit about each other. A lot of fire and Aquarius or Gemini here. The Page of Swords reversed and Chariot reversed, bad blood, an accident, or a breakdown between the King and Queen of Pentacles, or rumors spread about break up, break down, break in, or break through, or the Page of Pentacles or the Page of Swords reversed on the warpath, or the Page of Swords child broke down in a car and offered to pay the Knight of Pentacles to help them out of a jam. They may have been going somewhere they weren't supposed to go, so that's why they might have called a sibling to come get them. Or the King and Queen of Pentacles are sending the Knight of Pentacles or paying them to go to the Six of Cups reversed, a negative past or someone they have a negative past with, or to go deal with the difficult kids, or unaware that the King of Cups is taking a load off with the High Priestess reversed on a quest. It's like someone's sending other people to do their stuff because they don't want to deal with the other person they have to send the message to or take something to. At 6:45 is the Lovers and the Five of Cups, which is the grief card, not letting go of the past or just grieving loss or regret. Or the King of Cups confessing, and the Knight of Wands reversed and the High Priestess reversed, or Sagittarius and Pisces both reversed, fighting about it. Or the King of Pentacles with secret passion, spying or lying, or with child who is, about an accident or a breakdown or a cancellation of move or trip, or Dark Priestess with vengeance on the warpath, spreading lies about offering time, money, and effort, and a new life or a loan to the Knight of Pentacles, for them to offer help to the Six of Cups reverse, which can be kids who are being difficult, or a negative past or a falling out with a friend or a soulmate. A negative past or soulmate on the outs and unaware, or kids did something and they're keeping it secret from the King of Cups, perhaps to surprise them, so it doesn't have to be something negative. And the King of Cups is dumping a load, a burden, responsibilities, or confessing with the Knight of Wands reversed, who can be a player, and the High Priestess reversed, or a player in secret passion fighting for peace and healing. Now for the masculine is the Queen of Pentacles with happy family or happy ending, and not telling those recovering. So they're not telling someone, okay? So the Queen of Pentacles with happy family or happy ending, but not telling those who may be recovering. Maybe they don't want to burden them with their stuff. The King of Cups reversed and the Page of Pentacles reversed completed a cycle. The world is complete. Pisces or Divine Feminine opening their heart without option. Or the Queen of Pentacles without a message from the King of Cups reversed, Scorpio, and or Dark Knight, King of Swords reversed, 10 of Cups in a heated exchange with those recovering from the holidays or from being out in the cold. The King of Cups is reversed, perhaps a child in need of help, or Scorpio with air rising, or King of Swords reversed, Scorpio, and the Page of Swords reversed, Cancer, both in negative self-talk today. The Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, or with Hermit shedding light on them, satisfied alone, not working out, or flirting, or casual sex via vampiring with the Knight of Wands reversed, which can be player energy or someone falling short or running out of energy or not expressing their true desires. And the Knight of Pentacles upright here, that loyal, helpful servant, healing with sovereign and recovering together from a negative past, a sovereign lying or a split, or threatening the Knight of Swords and cracking the whip, perhaps with the kids, and unaware that the Page of Swords reversed is without a leg to stand on and taking a break, right? So they're definitely lying. That can be Gemini energy or any air energy, or just someone who, has those qualities. Somebody resting in the 5D connection, taking a break, or deception, or with Cancer, Moon, or Rising, the Knight of Swords upright and the Page of Swords reversed. And those two definitely can be siblings here, pretending not to know. And the Page of Swords reversed definitely could be lying to the King of Cups, who's uncomfortable taking a load off, right? Someone who never stops usually, maybe is trying to change their ways, but is uncomfortable taking a load off or relaxing, or confessing at work to hanging out with Patient, Angel, or Sagittarius, or a higher love, or Christ and Gabriel. So that could be somebody who's not Christian, who's hanging out to learn something about Christianity. Capricorn upright and Sagittarius upright coming together in deception at work. The King of Pentacles and Wands, perhaps here, again, uncomfortable and avoiding their destiny of a higher love. Or Libra upright and Knight of Wands reversed, a secret passion on a quest to get their wish. Soon for the masculine is the Ten of Wands reversed, back down to the basement or Dungeon and Dragons with bad news, announcing the Queen of Cups reversed, or spreading rumors behind her back. The Queen of Cups reversed, looking back at the King of Cups upright, trapped with anxiety, or hostage or prisoner finding peace or making peace with a bird taking flight, perhaps with fame and healing. Dreams fulfilled and Aquarius all over this here at 710, which is the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune, turn for the better. So, and there's definitely energy of someone going on the road between this read and the read in front of you as well for the twin flames. The Queen of Cups reversed and the King of Cups upright with the past between them, or Aquarius and prisoner finding peace despite all that jazz. All that jazz. He is the Moon reversed, deceptive or up before dawn, dumping a load at home or in union. So when I said all that jazz, I was just getting a masculine, like doing what he did and all that jazz where he woke up in the morning, popped his pills, and then looks in the mirror and puts his hands up like, it's showtime. So I'm getting somebody doing that. So he is the Moon reversed, deceptive or just up before dawn, dumping a load at home or in union. The Page of Wands upright is inspired, excited by the Knight of Cups reversed, who feels rejected, jealous, or insincere. Exposing all, kids, Leo, sunshine, dumping patterns, tripping up, dropping the ball, with lovers perhaps a pain in the ass, back pain, betrayal, or painful ending suddenly, or a sudden event, explosion, eruption, epiphany, or orgasm, or at home with everyone kicked out of the house now. Dumping home responsibilities. The Page of Wands and Knight of Cups. Page of Wands is upright, Knight of Cups is reversed. But they're energized by falling for the Divine Feminine and giving them their all, their high vibration, hiding behind his pain, or a painful ending with the Tower coming in. Chemistry comes up here as well as engagement. You have known each, oh, that's this one, okay. Around him or how he's seen is the Page of Wands masked boy with a burning desire. The star, the healer, the dreamer, the dream girl or dreams come true, and finding peace with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community, dysfunction or loss, post-war with PTSD. Perhaps Aquarius is leaving, vacationing, or kids back and forth, the Page of Wands inspired by another, worshiping them, or wanting someone to get down on their knee and beg. This is the Page of Wands. They're upright. Maybe they want to know what it's like to not have to be the one who's down on their knee begging, wanting someone else to worship them. Or eyes wide shut comes up here as well with mask and all. Clear blocks of shadow reversed, hiding in the shadows, and fool falling from anxiety or prison to liar or falling for the wrong kind of guy, running from their uncomfortable feelings, or smash. I'm getting that crash from that song where two not looking run into each other, one falling from prison in unconditional, uncomfortable thoughts, another running from uncomfortable emotions and the inability to show or go slow and to slow down and walk. So one's running from thoughts, the other one's running from uncomfortable emotions and the inability to slow down and walk, or in other words, detoxing. The person who's always been go, 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 go now has to stop and slow down. And it's 55 on the clock, 5:50, with source behind it, which is truth and Excalibur. 39:55 on this clock. So the Knight of Cups and the truth coming out. Parenting, and even more so for the masculine here, is love and music. Music was really significant coming out. And then the Page of Pentacles, the perfect student, drinking or perhaps cutting, hurting self to be perfect, is now getting their wish, but it's not what they really wanted. The Knight of Pentacles proposing or offering time, money, and effort in a new life to reap rewards and join perhaps their stockpiles. The Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords destined, and the Knight of Wands is reversed, falling short, with the High Priestess reversed, resisting or fighting them off, or Sag reversed and Pisces or Virgo reversed, on a quest to find peace as dreams take off. The Knight of Pentacles with an offer, and the Knight of Swords with 5D messages coming together in reunion for joy. Libra, Sag, and Capricorn, and then they're all upright, and then Pisces reversed, Virgo reversed here. Indigo may be insecure and not proposing, and the Two of Cups may be in a deception, or Virgo reversed, Cancer reversed, and Page of Wands upright, inspired by the past and getting their wish. The challenge being here is the Page of Pentacles confessing perhaps detox or being in rehab or something like that, or shadow work. And the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles are sending out invites perhaps, or 5D messages to come together and socialize. Insecure, manipulation without tools. The past is now here to deal with, and there is no option, no getting out of it this time. The Two of Cups soulmates getting their wish, and the challenge being the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, Cancer, Moon, or Rising, dumping a load and are confessing, inspired to detox with the Knight of Pentacles upright and the Knight of Swords, or with the Knight of Pentacles, and send out 5D messages with them to all at 7:40, which is the Chariot and the Page of Cups. And that definitely could be taking a child somewhere too. All right, so that was for the Divine Masculine. And now this is for both the masculine and the feminine, for the twin flames. And this was done this morning. Today is Sunday. It's 12/27/2020. The 27 is the Ace of Wands, that new passion ignited. And guess what card was right in the middle of this read? Right there where you see the orange. That's the Ace of Wands. It's one big flame. So that's today's energy, but it's also the energy of the read. The day adds up today to 43/7, which is the Three of Cups, and coming together. And that was upright too. And there was reunion in both reads. Okay, there's new passion being ignited here and reunion. Also, the number 80 came up, which is very unusual on the code line, but it's my destiny number, which is why I wanted to bring it up. But also, it's 8, which is the dance, and then the 0 behind it, source energy backing up the dance. So, also the full cold moon in Cancer is coming up on the 29th at on the East Coast. It's 10:28 East Coast time. That's on the 29th. And what else came out? It was very sunny today. It was nice. It was definitely the end of an era, because between cleaning out my daughter's room, and I took her bureau was my old bureau when I was a little girl, and I finally took that outside to the curb with my son today. So that is definitely an end of an era, because that bureau is literally 50 years old. And also then hearing about my mother being ill, I don't know how that's going to end up, but we'll have to see with that. But there's definitely the marking of end of an era right here. And again, Ether versus Esther came up, and then my grandmother came up, and that's also the 1 versus the 2 oxygens. All right, again, the Magician and the High Priestess, and the being on your own versus being in union. And I cut the SIRIAN Starseed deck for this read in front of you at 10:07, which is a turn for the better in the Chariot. And then at 10:09, I was getting little head. And you can take that any which way you want, but that's what was coming up. And it came up again at 10:09, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Hermit. And then little head. And it definitely was taking me to Beetlejuice. You know, the guy with the really little head in Beetlejuice. The 10:17, the turn for the better, and the star. And the Cur of crystals came up, as well as the S, which is Sophia, sulfur, salt. All of those things come up for me as S. And the cur can be a bad spirit. But it also can be, it has other meanings, but I forgot to look it up again today. But cur can also be, K is energy and ER is urgent. So it can be urgent energy of being Christ-like as well. And it was definitely coming up as the Sophia energy here. At 1026, which is the term for the better, and the Page of Wands, the cards were like being really messy. They kept pushing each other out of place as I was putting them down. So I finished clarifying at 1030, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the Four of Wands. The 30 is the Union energy. And the major arcana in this read, the only major in this read was the shadow. So it's so much about the shadow side. Before the read, the Tower came up. But the Tower was reversed. So it's like in the aftermath of sudden events was the underlying energy. And then after the read, Reflection, which is the Hermit, Transition, which is the Death card, and this reading ended on the clarifying card, the Death card. So that change, the end of that big cycle is here for sure. Reflection, which is the Hermit, Transition, which is the Death card, and then Star, which is the Star, all came up right after the read. There were 4 cups, 2 wands, 3 pentacles, and 1 sword in the read here. So mostly cups here, heart and emotions. And we also had 1, 2, 3, and 4, but 4, 2, 3, 1. And that's, for me, again, referencing energy loops. The Knight of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles came up in the read. We had double ones, which is Justice, the 11. And we had double sevens, which is the Sovereign, which is the 9 of Pentacles. But we also had 4 eights. And I can't even, I've been doing this for, I don't know, 3-4 years now. And I mean, it's so rare that 4 of the same number come up in my reads as I'm losing my voice. There's 4 eights, the end of a cycle, because all 4 eights of the dance came up, along with the Sovereign and Justice. The other numbers here are 6, 7, 8, lay them straight. We also had 17 of the Star, 78 of the 10 of Pentacles, and 16 of the Tower. And in a lesser sense, 13, which is the Death card, 36, which is the 10 of Wands, the Atlas energy, 89, the Phi energy of expansion and contraction, right? Not the human temperature, but too hot or too cold. And then in a lesser sense, 9, 10, begin again and again and again. Keep coming back to center. The code line was all about karmic completion, moderation, and music being number 1. And the number 80 came from 1, 71, and 8. 1 is the Magician, 71 is the 3 of Pentacles, and 8 is the Strength card, being 80, which is past the end of the tarot, right? The tarot deck ends at 78, and 79 for me is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, or referencing having completed the 4D and gotten over to the 5D bridge, or that side of the bridge. And then 80 is the dream after that, right? It's the source energy backing up the dance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. But it can also reference one who's balanced between the masculine and feminine, and the other one who isn't dancing right now, but is supporting the other. So regarding the karmic completion, moderation, and music, the code line was about the egg and source and the sea master, which can be Poseidon, of the one of the bridge, the egg of Christ God, the bridge credit or the token that you would, a token that you would use to take the subway or something like that, or to cross a bridge. The 71 of co-creation, of mastering being Christ-like to the nth degree in energetic exchange, expressing feelings and desires. The arrows of love, of the chakra system, which is the divine feminine, to the right, or towards the masculine, at this now time, this now moment, which is almost the full moon on 12/29. So to walk on water, of I and not I, of ownership and judgment without hate and cowardice. Judgment was coming up as Atlas plus Axis without the head on top. That would make Judgment 20, but with the head on top would be 21 and whole. So again, we're getting the little head, right? The head sits on top like an egg, and the atlas supports that, and the axis supports the atlas and, allows it to turn in different directions. The divine feminine and the divine masculine, disagreeable, expanding and contracting with the King of Pentacles to the nth degree. And the King of Pentacles in the SIRIAN Starseed deck is Akashic Records, so that could be coming up as well. But in energetic exchange within the chakra system of the divine feminine towards the full moon. And the full moon, of course, is always that releasing time. And so we're done with the eclipses. I don't know why I was saying there's another eclipse at the end of the month, but it's just there was 2 full moons in this month. The first one, I think, was actually the last day of October or November, but I could be misquoting myself. So the egg energy that's coming up here is very much coming up around the feminine nothingness, the no, the don't, the doesn't, the not. The Ellie, which is old age or oldness, the number 50 coming up, being 50 years old perhaps. The pine tree, the voice, the sound, the fire, the mother. The here is, the hey, saying hello, the water and fire, and I. And not only her and him, but we and them. So it's like the egg is all encompassing in a way there, but tending towards the feminine, right? With the nothingness or the negative side. The sound of fire and water, the egg, the pine tree, the mother, the 50. The word no, the revolutionary, hitting the bottle, or branding someone with a hot poker. Mastering the human face on the bridge of I and ownership to the sun, S-U-N, and the sun, the S-O-N, the head. Mr. Ed was coming up here as I'm losing my voice because that's God saying Mr. Ed. That's so funny. Okay, here we are, mastering the human face, your human face, for the both twins, on the bridge as you go from 3D to your 5D self. Mastering the human face on the bridge of I am that I am, and ownership, which is ego, ownership to the sun, the S-U-N sun, and the S-O-N sun, which is the Christ energy, the head of Mr. Ed, which I've told you before came up in the icon I drew of the SAG energy. It's S-A-G, but accenting the C within the G, which is the Sophia and Christ God consciousness. But when I did that tag, they were guiding me to put Mr. Ed in there because I always say Saggy is God. And they put Mr. Ed in there. So here they're making another funny. I was just getting fuddy like Elmer Fudd. So Mr. Ed and Elmer Fudd coming up here. And in the chariot, the 7 being key, a CEO, which means early, sky, heaven, ceiling, mist, J, crow, whole, small or minute. And CEO coming up is crow, E for early and 0 for human, with space and a small head in the sky. The small head like Beetlejuice, expanding and contracting. S-span, the Sophia curtain, and the C on track, the Christ on track with the curtain on it, to master being Christ-like to the nth degree in energetic exchange with the hours of love, expressing feelings and desires with the collective consciousness at the full moon. The egghead without fertilizer. Now listen to this carefully. The egghead without fertilizer, right? Because the egg and the human needs fertilizer in order for it to grow. The egghead without the fertilizer and without the tube to travel over to get to the uterus or home and plant or put down roots, fire and water without a holder and support to change direction, to twist and turn with the wind. So it's just saying without each other, it just doesn't work, right? So the egg can't get down the fallopian tube without a fallopian tube, and they can't get down to the uterus without that bridge or without the fertilizer, the fertilization of the masculine. The egg head, and then there's the third thing, right? The egg on top, the atlas top piece, and then the axis, which helps it change direction. The egg head without the fertilizer and the tube to travel over to get to the uterus and plant or put down roots there. Fire and water without holder and support to change direction, to twist and turn with the wind. The avatar or the egg, the fertilizer, divine masculine, the fallopian tubes, the bridge, and the divine feminine, the chariot that the divine masculine drives to the uterus. It was inside her all along. There's no place like home. The no is the divine feminine, the place to put Christ in heart. There's no place like home. Divine feminine to put Christ in heart. At 1144, which is justice and the Four of Cups, his bridge, the vaginal canal, but must pass her inspection in the ovary before she passes over her bridge, the fallopian tubes, to meet in the middle, home in the uterus. He puts it out there, she receives and processes, and they come to a compromise, a truce in the middle. To walk, to go, the ship's captain, the sea master, the C, the letter C, as in the Christ consciousness master, and or the seamstress. Or one bridge, it's the seamstress of the one bridge with the chariot, the whole in one from both directions to the nth degree in energetic exchange on I-10, or lowercase I is the chakra system, and the 10 is that high vibration, the high vibe destiny at the full moon in Cancer. So they were showing me, this is going across the 4D bridge. The masculine is, the masculine goes through the vagina to plant the seed in the egg. It has to go through the ovary first to check with the divine feminine first. Then if he gets in and passes her test, then she comes down her side of the bridge, he comes up his side of the bridge, and they meet in the uterus. That's where the truce happens, or the truth. Yeah. And also Japanese was coming up again here with the head man leader, the word that was coming up here. And Atlas and Axis were very significant. Yeah, and Mr. Ed was coming up from the editor-in-chief, right? The head. So you have the Axis and the Atlas, which is the masculine and feminine, and the head on top is then Mr. Ed, which is source. So then Esther was coming up, as well as to walk, which is my grandmother, because when she lived near me, she lived in New York with my grandfather, but then when my grandfather died, she moved near us, so my dad could take care of her or help her out when she needed it. But she lived near me in Jenkintown, and she used to walk everywhere. And she was alive till she was 84. She always was exercising and walking and stuff like that. So there's something about Jenkintown that needed to come up for me. And I was actually thinking about going back in the studio to record some of my songs, because I have like 8 or 9 songs to record that I haven't gotten to. So 1152, so music was significant, and for me, that's why it was significant. For you, it may be something different. But 1152 is justice and the 52 of the Queen of Swords. And we start out here with the Knight of Cups upright, with the 8 of Pentacles reversed, the 3 of Pentacles upright, the Tower reversed, the 7 of Pentacles reversed, and the 10 of Swords upright here underneath the Knight of Cups, which is the underlying energy. The Knight of Cups with an offer of love after the 10 of Cups reversed, not working out. At the workplace, perhaps in the aftermath, and when I went to write aftermath, it wrote after place. So the workplace in the after place. But in the aftermath of sudden events, epiphanies, eruptions, implementing a new path, planting seeds to end the pain by being love, the Knight of Cups, and receiving an even bigger love in return and passion from the devil, temptation, the Capricorn waving hello, being strong, taming the beast, or pacifying the animal in rejection, feeling vulnerable, feeling the sexual energy, and seeing synchronicities, heaven in their eyes. Leo kept quiet about an offer of love. The Page of Cups reversed may be crying over an offer of big passion, growth, and creativity from Capricorn temptation and options over them. They only see the one, though, resonating, glowing, beaming out, and drawing them in. Scorpio reversed, Capricorn upright, and Leo upright here. Healing in the aftermath, the Page of Pentacles upright, student, of injustice and lack, or child or opportunity of Libra and Taurus both reversed, seeing synchronicities of the King of Swords reversed, or multiple opportunities for him, or confusion between them, defenseless to the energies, attacks, or feeling ganged up on, or without an excuse and no longer cares what they think. The Knight of Cups is up before dawn, or with Cancer moon or rising, and the snake in the grass where the old man rides or takes a walk to strengthen their legs, or Scrooge or Grinch by the waterfall, being led by a prince, perhaps Niagara or Viagra. The lobster is spying or leading the dogs astray in the bush, or lobsters unable to teach the old dogs new tricks. Deception and licks, or takes a lickin' and keeps on tickin', or trying to train runners. Coach with athletes up before dawn to walk or run. And this can be the dogs as well. And the Knight of Cups offering something to the stick in the mud or in the spokes. The wand is broken at the solar eclipse, or dogs broken in. The King of Swords reversed, no longer fending off the Knight of Cups, Cancer moon or rising, in leaving Cancer moon or rising, or just someone who has Cancer heavily in their chart. With Cancer full moon coming up here, it's going to be significant for them, 12/29/20 at 10:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 12:14, which is the Hangman and the Temperance card, or the Angel, the Queen of Swords reversed is also reversed because the King of Swords was reversed. She's also reversed or negative, deceiving or up before dawn, or Cancer moon or rising post-war in a bold move to move, travel, or go forward or get moving, or turn that frown upside down, or whipping the dogs into shape, getting them under control, the puppet master taking the show on the road, lobster hung out to dry, dogs on the run, gave up looking for them on foot and got in the car, and then they were right there waiting, ready to go out. So there's this energy of finally, whether animals that you're trying to train or literally trying to break in, or the masculine being broken in, all of those energies are coming up right here. Finally learned what you taught them because you didn't give up on them. So whether you're training athletes, pets, or your partner, right, in order to make each other happy, right? Because in order for you to find that peace and balance between any two people, you have to hear and you have to listen to each other. It can't just be one-sided. So it's about here where they're finally hearing the other, right? So like training a dog or an athlete, they may complain and whine and act like they're not listening to you. But then all of a sudden, one day, it just clicks into place. And that's here. Just when ready to give up, they finally come around. When you are ready to go to work. Or searched all night and found before dawn. I was lost, but now am found. Retreat comes up and it is safe to love. Big love offered. Second place or trophy in the window. Physical reunion with the Page of Swords leaning on the truth and the Knight of Swords cracking the whip with the kids and spying on them or chaperoning at 12:25, which is the Hangman and the Knight of Wands. And then love, big love with the number 6, and beneath that individuality with 11, which is justice, truth, and balance. Powerless, dependent, having everything but the love that you want to be with. Perfectly willing to give up being single, worldly goods, to share with your true love, just like your children. The Page of Wands inspired to share in final judgment, announcement, to help recover those out in the cold with foolish behavior or lacking faith or embarrassed in front of the Queen of Pentacles, tripping up or dropping the ball, allowing the patterns to break naturally. Ground control, calling all pilots home, even if you failed your mission. The Page of Wands is excited to be charitable and call to recover those in exile, destitute, injured or ill or homeless, falling on their face or from grace, or just one foolish leap. And Aquarius upright and Aries reversed, and the Queen of Pentacles upright, letting it all go, or no longer juggling or performing, or just dropping the mask or facade. She is indigo to violet on the inside, but mostly green and gold with peacock eyes on the outside, or grounded and studious, with fools falling all around her, seemingly unaffected by it all, announcing and sharing, breaking patterns. The Knight of Cups is up before dawn to get on the road, or moving through deception to ascend, or go out on the road to work parties perhaps, or chaperone lovers, putting flame out there. Someone may be bartending or serving sex in the woods as opposed to sex on the beach, or on a quest to fight for the one they love, or make a big purchase, no longer wanting to be single. The High Priestess reversed, secret passion, or the secret that's out, or no psychic abilities, or a need to learn to meditate, or Pisces or Virgo reversed, letting go of their Scroogey ways, or doesn't have much to spend, but fixing up the place anyway. The Queen of Pentacles in death, end, dark night, transition, or Scorpio getting word to the King of Cups upright, walking away from the Queen of Swords reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed. Or Pisces is dependent on the Queen of Pentacles and Scorpio getting word to the King of Cups upright before they take a hike or go up the mountains, leaving the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands reversed both behind. So they can be, grown children, they could be people at work, people in the family, leaving them behind. And for people who just have pets, they could even be pets, maybe they have queen names. The recent past here is the Seven of Cups, the synchronicities, the choices which can be confusing. Burdened by the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, dysfunction or loss, letting go to fix in a split or divided, needing the whole truth to get over the loss and regret, with the Emperor reversed or Aries reversed, and the World reversed or Pisces or Divine Feminine reversed, and choosing a new path. Or the Emperor reversed and the Divine Feminine in 5D, choosing a path to move, visit, end a party of the Page of Cups, perhaps reversed if they're being bad, or rejection of a home offer or place to live, and rising above any of that without sleeping well, or awakening to an upside-down world of players falling short, or Pisces reversed and Sag reversed, needing to get back up on the horse, or failed a rescue attempt at 1258, which is the Hangman, and the Four of Swords, which is the 5D connection between the masculine and the feminine. At 12:59, the Hangman and the minute before the hour, the Five of Swords, Aries reversed, Pisces reversed, Sagittarius reversed here, or new baby is not sleeping and keeping young parents up all night, and extended family perhaps if they're living with their parents, and here the parents maybe can't take it anymore. Unstable household and or family losing money, and the foundation here is the King of Cups at work, designing, creating, reviewing plans, but anxious, keeping information to themselves until the Knight of Pentacles is ready to move forward on this. Or the King of Cups is anxious without a word about a job or being able to then move on. Keeping his worries to himself, may have to be more open to job opportunities not being exactly what they're looking for, or get temporary work until the right job comes in. The central energy here at the heart of the matter is the Ace of Wands upright. Huge passion, inspiration ignited to choose a new path. Twin flames and kids both loving each other and grounding and integrating boredom or processing wounds of being ignored by someone who shares and loves and gives to others, just not you. Or perhaps twins choosing to be together and travel to others. If can't get the mountain to Muhammad, Muhammad must go to the mountain. The King of Wands is reversed, ready to fight, to heal, after feeling sorry for themselves, while those around him are all loving each other and sharing, but not sharing with him. The challenge being the King of Pentacles upright, after keeping to themselves, announcing far and wide, choosing to rush in with the truth in person, or the King of Pentacles with Aquarius in their ear, Hermit advisor to Libra, or destiny of Libra Virgo, after Libra keeping Aquarius quiet or schooling the goose. So it looks like the Aquarius is whispering in the King of Pentacles' ear, but there's also a connection between the King of Pentacles, who could have Libra and or Virgo in their chart, or another Libra or Virgo there. No Aquarius. Aquarius here may be sick of it and rushing in with the truth of juggling player or performance falling short or holding back their true desires, healing, forgiving on a quest for the impossible dream, the wounded warrior talking about freeing themselves, but castrated by impatience, perhaps impotence, fallen angel, or losing patience, no longer patient, in connection with star, fame, dreams, healing, and moving or going on the road, or Aquarius and Cancer withholding or playing hardball with the wounded warrior, manifesting with DNA by hanging out to see more clearly new perspectives. The wounded warrior, Aries upright, Capricorn reversed, and Sagittarius reversed, connecting with Aquarius and Cancer both upright, but Aquarius and Cancer upright may be refusing to pay the wounded warrior, Aries, Gemini, or Virgo upright, and or Capricorn upright here. Or two groups willing to meet or discuss, but not willing to pay for their time or services, or insisting on a sample or example first before they pay for something. Or the wounded warrior is impatient with Aquarius and Cancer, which can be one person or two, who then withholds from them because the other person got impatient with them, keeping their manifestation then hanging in limbo because they can't go forward at 129 if the other person is withholding. 129 is the Magician and the Three of Wands being present in the moment. Now, present in the moment is the Six of Cups upright. The two children or inner children loving each other. The King of Pentacles upright, injustice with the Queen of Wands reversed, or Libra reversed between King of Pentacles reversed, the King of Pentacles upright and the Queen of Wands reversed. Or soulmates loving each other and then ghosting each other, left for dead, and then loving each other again, and the people around them are thinking, what is wrong with you? Or kids not allowing their parents' crap to affect their happiness. The secret is out about the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Pentacles with Pisces or Virgo reversed. And at 134, which is the Magician and the Eight of Wands, that a lot of back and forth energy, expressing feelings, desires, communication, travel, also can be the arrows of love. Conversations between or about the King and Queen of Pentacles, who are both upright, or the King and Queen of Wands, who are both reversed, or the Queen of Wands reversed and the Queen of Pentacles upright, ghosting one another, or someone here lied, cheated, or stole, leaving the other one for dead, only with Bambi to the rescue, perhaps one or two loving kids with a parent who couldn't function. The King of Pentacles superhero hanging out, or Capricorn upright with fallen angel, or Sagittarius reverse. And this could be a parent with, a kid who's out, dating boys or dressing inappropriately, or partying too much. Definitely can be that kind of energy. Or one who's afraid of everything. So it could be like a Sag player kid and then another kid who's afraid of everything. Or Aquarius reversed. An energetic exchange with the Page of Pentacles student, or an opportunity to come together. Perhaps socialize or have a party, or extending an invite, fantasizing about being a star, dreams come true, to come back together with Aquarius upright and Pisces reversed, or fantasizing about a dream girl, and the secret is now out. Capricorn upright, Sag reversed, and Aquarius both upright and reversed here, as well as Pisces reversed and Cancer upright. Or now the secret's out, and the Fool is, now that the secret's out, the Fool is free to leap away from a marriage, contract, or Taurus reversed to dreams of traveling and getting over loss, regret, or divorce, or a move, visit, or parties over, and the Knight of Cups offering love with Cancer and chart, rendering them defenseless to end the suffering and silence with the Empress reversed in lack or ill, and the Messenger of Truth rushing in for the kill. So there was just something I was getting. Pisces reversed, or Pisces reversed and Cancer reversed are going their separate ways, or Aries upright and Taurus reversed are, or someone left at the solar eclipse to offer an offer they couldn't refuse. Okay, so it's like that mafia offer. Someone wants to make sure the offer's something too good to be passed up. Or it could be manipulation where they feel scared if they don't accept their offer that something bad will happen to them. Or the Empress reversed is trying to end her nightmare with the Knight of Cups upright and the Knight of Swords upright, both rushing in from either side of her to help. Or Pisces reversed letting Taurus reversed have it, They may be yelling at them, but the Cancer reversed is being loving to them. Soon is the Shadow upright, the temptation, the sticky web, the rising above or not sleeping well in the aftermath of Hermit shedding light on destiny, or Libra upright, connected to Leo reversed and or Sag reversed, or kids, or a need for sunshine and activities. After the Two of Cups, connect, to walk away, the wounded warrior with unhappy family or emotional cycle is so done and not working with the King of Swords reversed. And the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community, the Atlas burden, the carrying of perhaps too much weight, with kids, twins, soulmates loving each other, innocent, and finding peace in that. Capricorn upright, Virgo upright, Libra upright, Scorpio reversed here. The twin flames see themselves as the Ace of Pentacles reversed, withholding or satisfied coming clean, getting clean, or cleaning up the act or space, withholding or perhaps preparing for a new life by implementing a plan first. Looking back, inspired to be with the divine masculine or the divine feminine lover and end the pain, or make up with a massage or back treatment perhaps. Unrequited love comes up here, codependency, and keep an open mind, as well as past life relationship. And around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Eight of Swords upright, imprisoned by thought of coming forward with good news to the Queen of Cups reversed, spreading the word or stepping up to the plate, just to have the King of Wands reversed take his sword away from him. So it's like one masculine being afraid that another masculine is going to take his sword away if he tries to approach the Queen of Cups reversed. Afraid to come forward, only to have the Queen of Cups reversed and the King of Wands reversed turn their backs on them or refuse to see them. The block here for the twins at 204, which is the High Priestess and the Emperor, the block is the Eight of Wands, the energetic exchange, the arrows of love after things didn't work out between the wounded warrior and family and the King of Swords reversed. Music, moderation, karmic completion, and even more so here is parenting. The Page of Cups reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed, unable to express or show affection, with the Page of Pentacles, who's curious about their abilities, in deception or withholding, perhaps withholding. Cancer may be withholding from wounded warrior, or they may be withholding a car from the kids, or a partner perhaps. The wounded warrior manifesting to hang out with the Queen of Cups reversed and the Page of Cups reversed, and still be able to hang out with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community, and the wounded warrior with kids. The Page of Pentacles child star finding peace or saying goodbye to follow their dreams. Aquarius upright and Cancer reversed here, and the wounded warrior, Virgo, Gemini, or Aries, and Capricorn. The Page of Pentacles walking away from the Empress reversed, and the Knight of Swords upright, and the Knight of Cups is trying to stop them perhaps. Or the Page of Pentacles is the Empress reversed with an opportunity to find peace elsewhere, a way to reflect and transition with loss of power, money, and independence, to heal and dream, or take the Page of Pentacles dependent to find their dreams of being a star. That could be a mother and child who are moving away. Manifesting big to recover from exile, destitution, injury, or illness. A death here, an ending, a dark night, transition, or big transformation into the new year. Capricorn upright, Virgo upright, Scorpio upright, Aquarius upright, Gemini upright, and Taurus reversed, all here at the end. The dark night moving on, or the Empress passed and left inheritance to Page of Pentacles and Sovereign, children. The Sovereign's reversed though. The Sovereign's the spender, the Page of Pentacles is the good student. Or Page of Cups reversed and Knight of Cups upright, or the Knight of Cups upright and the Knight of Swords upright. The Knight of Cups and the King of Cups preparing for a new life, but scared with too many options and confusion or synchronicities, and igniting a new passion, challenged by the King of Pentacles upright temptation, or Shadow or Capricorn in energetic exchange, with Six of Cups inner kids or outer kids, and or soulmate or twin, with the Page of Pentacles opportunity or student walking to reflect and transition, or with a Virgo and Scorpio, or dependent, sovereign reverse with dreams of healing or being a star. The Knight of Cups with synchronicities or options without a mask The King of Cups ignited by twins or kids loving each other, and challenged by the King of Pentacles or Akashic records of the past. Planning a new life with shadow and fears in energetic exchange of expressing feelings and desires, and the arrows of love, and an opportunity taken before it is lost for good at 222, which is about, right? Room 222 is about guidance counselors. Perhaps an invitation to go away with Virgo and Scorpio with an end to a big cycle now manifested. There may be some prison time for someone here, saying goodbye for a bit. So there's definitely goodbye here, whether it's death, someone leaving to become a star, two people going their own ways, and that can be couples and children, but also friends, female friends. But definitely, and someone definitely saying goodbye, at least for a bit, if not permanently. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you guys, see what comes up. It's 2040, right on the dot, 1, 20, 40. 1 is the Magician, 20 is Judgment, 40 is the Page of Cups. And it was 6:30 on my clock, which is the Lovers and the Union energy, going into the expansion of the 31. So for everybody watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? And let's clear all blockages to positive energy flow in all chakra layers, auric layers, grounding, and galactic cords across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and reality for the highest good of all those concerned. And fill that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. All right, what's our takeaway for the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, Twin Flames? What is the takeaway from these reads? Okay, there's a couple cards that came out here. With the bottom of the deck, which is Blossoming Abundance, the Empress, rather, number 3. But this, again, is the Abundance card. The Empress was reversed. So the underlying energy may be someone, in lack, or an ill parent, like I said. And here's adjacent possibilities going into this with the Queen of Wands. And she's reversed along with the King of Wands. So this is reversed too. Queen of Wands feeling like she's got no adjacent possibilities. And the Queen of Wands can be that Empress mother who's ill or sick or in lack. Okay? And then what came out in a bunch, these all came out together. Indecision, which is 8, the dance. Of confused about having too many options, which came up in the recent past. And then the second chakra of Archangel Ariel, and we had a whole little discussion about, right, the fallopian tubes in the uterus, the 36 of the Atlas and the weight of the world upon your shoulders, and the sexual energy, and the meeting on the bridge between, right, 3D and 5D. And here's the door to personal healing and happiness with the 34, the energetic exchange, back and forth. The white bird of the purification and opening the windows to let the outside in, outside on the outside and outside on the inside, both the door to personal healing and happiness, right? When you can't decide, take a break or maybe sleep on it, okay? You may be in your sacral chakra, needing to be creative or make something and just allow perhaps the ideas to come up. This is the energetic exchange between the two twins and allowing the outdoors in and the purification. It's like it's done, open the windows. It's all good. We're cleaned up now. And this could just be cleaning out the house as well. And somebody's done. And then we have taking off the mask as the final step. After all this, right, processing your sexual energy and your confusion about making decisions and which path to take, cleaning up the home and your space, and then removing the mask at last. Number 5 is freedom and change. The Hierophant, expansion. But you notice how all of a sudden it just gets more gray, black and white, with a little bit of moss green there, right? The gangrene kind of energy. There's a spider web up here in the corner too. And she's chained to the post. So once you get all cleaned up, then it's time to take off the mask and allow yourself to be free at last. Let's see what Scooby has to say. And it could be some, whether it's grown children or younger children, there could be a mother who passes. And that would be usually for, older children. Perhaps confused about where to go now. Maybe you were taking care of your parent, and once they pass, it's like, what do I do now? Because you might have been doing that for a long time. But it's really getting more in touch with your desires for life, what you really want, not what they want, but what you want. And perhaps coming back into your sensuality, and then cleaning everything, being inspired to clean everything up, or perhaps change things around and remove the mask and allow yourself to come out as I am that I am. Let's see what Scooby-Doo has to say. 5 of Swords reversed. So this is ending the battle, right? Post-war. No more extending a hand when you shouldn't be. When it's done, it's done. Stop going back for more. Stop being a glutton for punishment. And then we have the 2 of Swords upright, which is knowing and keeping it to yourself after the war. It's like after the war, you're kind of gun shy, right? Literally. And that's where all the PTSD and looting comes in. And then the 2 of Swords is about keeping energies to yourself or pretending not to know so that you can stay sane, perhaps, and have some fun. And then we have the 4 of Cups, which is, right, because you're not being authentic to yourself, though, right, keeping yourself, pretending you don't know, then all of a sudden you're going to be a little dizzy there, and then you have the 4 of Cups, which is grounding, integrating, and mastering the receiving of love, which has to do with loving yourself first. You're not doing that. And then we got the 10 of Wands, or Clubs, reversed. And this is that dysfunctional family, business, or community. Either losing money or just dysfunction of the family, not resonating with them, right? Making you crazy, right? Family that's making you nuts. And expecting the King of Pentacles. I'm sorry, this is a 10 of Wands, which is literally the dropping all of your responsibilities because you just can't do it anymore, right? And then here we have the King of Pentacles. As soon as he drops everything, then he's picking it right back up again. But now he's doing it authentically. Okay, so there's a switch here. The underlying energy is the King of Cups here, doing it all. But in doing it all, post-war, keeping to yourself to pretend so they can stay sane, and then maybe you're going to feel off, and you need some grounding, integrating time, space. And then this is dumping it all, dumping all your responsibilities, your burdens, dumping a load. This could be confessing as well, right? No more acting the fool just to pretend everything's good. This is dumping the load. And then it's, the King of Cups is then back to the King of Pentacles. Here's the King of Cups, and now it's the King of Pentacles' turn. Actually, they could be 2 different kings, because we have the King of Cups over here, and now the King of Pentacles is doing what he was doing. And here's the Hearts, which that could be this King of Cups over here, where now he's being authentic by not doing this anymore. He's passed it to someone else. Very interesting there. All right, now the Journey of Love. Just one quick card because it's getting long. Oh, it's just 12828. There's your twin flames. Manifesting twin flame, twin flame. All right, guys. Final takeaway for everybody. It's going to help the twins before the full moon and the new year. What is some good guidance now for this week? They came right up. 2 came right up. Hold on, they want me to count some cards. Somebody's counting cards again. All right, so we have a couple different cards to show you, but I'm just going to read one. The underlying energy is 20, which is Sweet Soul Rising. Again, the Judgment came up in my little examples in the beginning of the read, the code line stuff. The 20 isn't 21, right? 20 is the axis and the atlas without the head on it. Sweet Soul Rising, right? Without the logical man. And beneath that's the Temperance card of falling, the feather in the air. And it's coming up fire and water without being able to, go with the wind. So this is like allowing yourself to be light as a feather and fall as the angelic realms of the higher love and the sweet soul rising here. And that definitely can be the energy of the Page of Cups as well. And then the two cards that came out for you guys is Lovers, which is 57, the Three of Swords in the three-way situation, and the 62 of the Choice, which is the imprisonment of self. And you see how the circle here is the same? They keep coming up matched like that. It's just showing you a whole different perspective of the same thing. The Lovers and the Choice. But the numbers are both, negative connotations of the Three of Swords and the Eight of Swords, because they get so much in their head in trying to make a choice. And this is like, it's literally showing you, this is the vortex here, like this. And this here is literally these two together as one. They actually make the cyclone. They are the walls of the cyclone together, basking in the light at the end of the tunnel. They're just kind of hiding in there, They're just hiding. I see a little kind of a person right there. But this looks like a child. This looks like two people and then birthing. Here's the birthing channel. So we're talking about the fallopian tubes and the vagina and coming into the uterus, and it's repeating that information there. Like one's on one end and the other's on the other, but there's a child here, a little head of a child coming out. That's so funny. And there literally looks like there's two people making love in the tunnel over here. Very interesting there. All right, so those two came out first, and then the third came out was the Mother prays. So she's coming out again. She came out the other day. This is the Devil, right? And so the praying mantis, she bites the head off of her partner. The Mother prays. So she's either praying or she's preying on others, or there could be mothers who are sick here. The Devil card, the 15 though, was it upright? Yeah, it's upright in this read. Okay, so this could be the third party energy, may actually be the mother and not the twin. I mean, it could be both twins are both on their own now, and now the mother becomes the third party. And then I had to count these. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn for the better. With Earth Angel, 54 is a message. It's the Page of Swords. And there's that full moon coming up on the 29th. But look at the beautiful colors. It looks like the sun, but it's actually the moon that's coming up. And again, this is like the lovers basking in the sun, whether the mother likes it or not. It's no longer her choice. And you see how different the energy is here. It's very separated, it's detached now from this energy, right? It doesn't belong in this energy anymore. It's like separate. So we are going to read the Lovers, because that's the first one out. 57. It's not a real long one. Okay, the Lovers. Yes, it's love. It drives you forward and pulls you back. And actually the underlying card from the numerology deck is love today too, 6. Yes, it's love. It drives you forward and pulls you back to your heart. It makes the mind mad with misunderstanding and breaks it open to enlightened compassion. It is love. Your yearning heart shall have it. Your destiny is to be the lover of the beloved. This oracle brings you a message of love, love, love. It is finding you now. Be open to it in all its forms. Be the god and the goddess of love and paint the town red. Play in passionate embrace with life as your lover, and prepare to receive even more than what you believe you are capable of handling. The poem reads, love is a magic word that holds the universe together. It is both an emotion and something ephemeral that lives like a fire's glow, or the pink light on the clouds after the sun has set. It is alive and yet indefinable. It causes the heart to beat more rapidly and feelings to show, and young people to write, sing, and dance, and become totally immersed in its hold. Love can beckon coyly or flaunt itself with wanton abandon. Love can live and grow seemingly forever, or vanish in a fleeting moment when we least suspect. And in the twilight of our years, reflecting on the life we have lived, it is love which colors every turn and twist of our memory. And when we pass from this earthly plane, it will be love that will light our soul on its journey home. And there you go. Okay, I hope that was helpful to you guys. If you don't listen before New Year, Happy New Year to you guys. And make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature. Be good to yourselves. And rise and be loved, guys. Bye.